Hello, everybody. This is Derek Lane, your host for the Fast Lane podcast for success. Thank you for joining me tonight. We have some very interesting subjects, as always. Want to talk about a little bit, so sit tight, relax, and we'll get to it. Thank you so much again for joining me on the Fast Lane. Okay, so tonight, a few questions for you. What drives you? What motivates you? What is your modus operandi? You should be able to answer that. You should be able to know what it is that drives you personally. Because that is the key to your success. That is the key to understanding who you are and your pathway to success. What is gonna get you there? Okay. Now, a lot of times I talk in terms of, success and what to do and how to do, as if you don't know. A lot of you may know. You just need a little guidance here and there. So I'm not trying to suggest that to anybody to change who you are or what you are. Just understand that we all need a little motivation, a little kick in the pants, if you will, from time to time. And then there are people that don't know their purpose. Okay, so I would say to those people that are trying to figure out their purpose, understand your passions. Understand what you're passionate about. How are you? What drives you? What makes you? What are your dominant thoughts? And think about things that creep up in your mind. For some reason, I keep getting these, kind of weird signs of this or that. Well, maybe it's there to tell you something. Your mind is always active. Your mind is always trying to tell you something that leads you to to your righteousness, to creating an equilibrium with your soul, if that makes sense. I don't know, but that is that's one of the first keys to to becoming a success. And when I say success, I mean, look, there's people out there that, success means a lot of different things. Some people, success means, well, if I don't have $1 million, I'm not successful. And some people may think, all I want to do is just, I just want to be low key and be happy. And it's all good. It's all good. Whoever you are and what success means to you and what makes you happy, God bless you. Because, not everybody has the same outlook for success. So a lot of times I speak to a broad audience, right? But begin your search, and or develop your search, if it will, to understanding what you're passionate about. It could be the silliest things. Maybe you're compassionate about, gardening. Maybe you're just a compassionate reader. Maybe you're an automobile tech. You love cars. Whatever it is, pursue it, hone it, craft it, make it better. It's up to you to become the expert. See, once you become an expert in your field, which is a little bit of hypocrisy. I don't think anybody is ever a complete expert. There's always room to learn, always room to grow. Even if you know the most that anyone's ever known about a particular subject. There's always something more to learn. But having said that, becoming an expert to where people understand that, hey, if you want to know something, they go to you, about a particular subject. If they want to know, let's just say that you're an automobile technician. Millions of people have questions about that, but they want to know who to trust. Where do I go to get an honest answer? Become that person. Become the person that gives them an honest answer. Like, say, I mentioned gardening. Maybe you're growing, vegetables, and you got a vegetable garden. Somebody, hey, what's the best technique for, growing tomatoes? And if you're the expert, you're the expert, and that's what drives your passion. Also being an educator. That's like the third phase of success. Again, understanding your passion. Number 2, becoming an expert. Number 3 is becoming an educator. Educating people that want to learn about your abilities and, what you know. You share knowledge. You share wealth of knowledge. And that's very beneficial to you. It does pay off. And then third, not bragging or being, bloviating about who you are, but, let people know who you are, because, if someone doesn't know that you have a passion and a drive and an expertise in this particular field, you're not sharing your knowledge enough. So you have to let people know what you do and what you're passionate about to create those opportunities, to create more opportunities. You don't, again, braggadociously, saying, I'm the best. No, but when you acknowledge that this is your field, this is who you are, your forte, if you will, people will begin to listen, and it absolutely opens up many doors. Again, you can be an expert, but you're never the expert. No one is. In fourth, or maybe fifth, I think, is growing your interest. Being able to grow your interest in what you do, in your passion, and helping other people. Because if you've got a passion about something, there's other people that share that. So, like minds, attract each other. Like interest attract each other. You seem to find the people that are like you, that have the same ideology, mindsets, and share it. And that's what it's all about, and that's how you grow your interest. That's how you stay stimulated with your motivation. That's how you carry forward. And that's how, things get done and become successful. We've talked about, money diets. We've talked about being very prudent with your ideas and thoughts, and knowing, that, limitations and how mental constructs, can perpetuate limitations, and how to get rid of those things. And obviously that's part of a success strategy. Goal writing, have an itinerary where, you're moving forward with a plan. It's all part of the success strategy. I've very much talked about living in the now and why it's important to live in the now. Because that's what puts you on course to your greatness and to your passion. Okay. But just remember one thing. You're here until you're not. You're here until you're not. And when you're not, I guess none of it matters. But as long as you're here, serve. Serve yourself, serve humanity. Become part of everything that this world, this universe has to offer. And it's a part of giving back too. You know, you give back because your thoughts and energies are creative and electric, and you can give that and send those signals out there to the ether sphere. You know, this podcast may be a little abstract in a lot of ways because it's about ideology. It's about, you know, some mindsets and growing. However, I think it's important to realize that, you know, you have to nurture that side of your psychology, your who you are, you know, again, you know, your psyche, who you are. You have to nurture that in whatever ways that helps you nurture that, whether it's, you know, meditation. You know, I've always said, you know, I've advocated in a lot of my speeches, a lot of my talks, that your best friend is always a pencil and paper. You know, writing things out, you know, it clears the cobwebs from your mind. It helps you focus and create a clear pathway to, you know, where you want to go. You know, if you're stuck sometimes, you know, write it all out. Write everything out. Just write. You may not even know what you're writing about. Just write. Just write things down. They could be, you know, random and arbitrary thoughts, but trust me, in the end, they will have meaning, and you can bring it all back around. We all need a course, and that's what keeps us, you know, from experiencing, you know, chaotic lives, lives of uncertainty, to where we feel like we're not in control. You know, maintaining control, maintaining the course, maintaining, you know, an avenue that presents opportunities to yourself to grow as a human being. That's where we are. That's where we need to be. Just remember that you are bigger than life, but smaller than the universe. I mean, hopefully, you know, most of you people will get that. I think most of my listeners do. You know, again, you know, I love talking about this stuff. I love being a part of it, and I love sharing it with you. There's so many, you know, so many ways, you know, to tap into, you know, what you're good at and how to be successful. So many ways. And, you know, there's plenty of people out there that, you know, are selling ideas, selling, you know, their course and what have you, you know, and that's fine because there's a little bit in everything. You know, I've always found, you know, me growing up and, again, you know, listening to people that, you know, teach greatness and self-improvement, you know, a lot of it, you know, just was, you know, just, you know, I don't know how to describe it. A lot of it was just kind of like, you know, a little bit over the top maybe. But if you